Armed and ready.
So, once you got to this point, what you're going to want to do, or what's a good idea at this point, is to try and manage where you want to put some buttons. Because I don't know about anyone else, but my hands cannot comfortably hit the number 8 while I'm moving around and doing stuff. So at this point, it's maybe a good idea to rearrange some things. And the way we can do that is you can actually set up more than just this one action bar on the bottom. The way you do that is go ahead and hit escape. And hit escape until you bring up the game menu. And one of the things that you'll be able to do or look at is the system. So once you click on the not the system, interface. There we go. So once you click on interface, you're going to get a lot of options, and this is where it might get a little overwhelming at first. Not to worry, you can take your own time and look through these options to customize how everything looks to you and how everything interacts in the world. But the main thing that we're going to look at right now is action bars. And what we want to do for now, we're just going to put a check mark next to bottom left action bar, and that will bring up a whole different slew of areas where you can put your buttons. Now, for me, I have my action bars locked, meaning that if I ever decide to click on my buttons, I don't accidentally click and drag my ability off my bar, and then it'll be gone. So I lock it. Now you can still move things around even when your bars are locked, but what you have to do at this point is you have to hold down shift, and then what you can do is move your abilities where you want them. So for me, you're also going to see letters on my action bars right here, letters and numbers. Those are just my hotkeys, my personal hotkeys that I have set up. For any new person, that's going to be blank. That's fine. If you want to set up key bindings, you can do that on your own time, or you can check out a video that I will eventually make for setting up key bindings, personal key bindings, or you can Google it or YouTube it, and I'm sure you'll be able to find ways or other videos for setting that up as well if you don't want to wait for my videos. But what we're going to do is just set this up in some way that's comfortable. So this is all personal preference, but for me, since this is what looks like an AoE spell, I'm not going to be always doing the AoE spell, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on R. For a Raging Blow, it does even more damage. It does a good bit of damage. It's cheap, but the only thing is I need to be enraged, I believe, to use it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to put this on one of my other hotkeys up here. I'm thinking I'm going to put it on F. And my next one that I got was Heroic Leap. And I leap through the air toward a targeted location, slamming down with destructive force and dealing physical damage to all enemies. This is more of a utility spell, more than damage-wise, I believe. It's just so me as a melee class can close distances really easily on things. And gives us a little bit more movement and mobility on the battlefield. So for this, I am going to put it up here as well. I like to keep my main action bar for my main damaging abilities that I want to be able to spam and hit very fast, and everything else is just on the other bars to keep my main action bar clear. That is just my personal preference and how I find it to be easier. You, however, can set up your bars any way you feel like it. You don't have to copy me and do exactly as I do. This is just how I do it. You can decide what makes everything comfortable for you and what you like. And once you have everything set up, you can click OK and accept that, and click Return to Game. Now, if you want, what I like to do is if I have no clue what's happening, I like to just test out my abilities first. And we're going to try Heroic Leap. This is pretty cool. I really like that. Now, another reason why I don't put it on my main action bar is you can see that it has a really long cooldown. 45 seconds is a good bit to wait, and so I don't want something that has a cooldown that size sitting on my main action bar when most of these can be used as long as I have rage or a certain effect is rolling. So that is how we set up some extra bars there. Now, just keep in mind, since yours are going to be blank and not hotkeyed in any way like mine are, you're going to have to click on these abilities. So you're going to have to click on all these abilities on these bars unless you want to set up key bindings. If you want to play around with key bindings, you go into the menu again and there will be an option for key bindings. But that is something that I would suggest either looking up how to do correctly so you don't take any default buttons away by accident, or you can wait for my video on it. But now that we've played around with our abilities and set up some of our action bars in a way, we're going to move into the quest again, which on our mini-map, as you can see, is we have to go over here and save Exart Maladar. So we're going to get right to it. Okay, so to save the Exart here, I believe they're in the fire that you see going on. But we're just going to kill some stuff, get a little extra experience as we fight our way over there, and so we can try out some of our new abilities. So I'm going to heroic leap on this guy's face, and then I'm going to go to town on his face with my axes. Now, once you kill your way there, ooh. So there I became enraged so I can use my raging blow. That was pretty cool. Lots of red. Usually when you see things pop up on your screen like this around your character, that means you've procced another ability in some way. And usually, as long as you have it on your action bars, when you see those things on the screen, go ahead and look down at your bar and you'll see glowing abilities. And that means you've either most likely given a buff to one of those abilities, or you've made it free. So for this, I became enraged because I crit with my number 2, which allows me to use Raging Blow. So it's just combos ability like that. So he's in range so I can execute, and now he's dead. Now, all you have to do is get near this fire, and your thing will pop up again in the middle of the screen for you to take care of the fire.
What is happening, Exar?
We have a visitor. Perhaps a savior. We are freed. Follow me, shaman.
Alright, they run up that way. You can follow them, maybe? I don't know, I'm going to find out. Can we follow them? Yeah. If you don't, you can just run back to the camp. But you can follow them if you really want to. So once they run back to where they need to go, you'll get a quest to turn in, which we get a chest piece now, which is better. The only thing that's negative is instead of crit, we get mastery. So once you complete the quest, you get that. Now, at this point, we've gotten some new pieces of gear, and if you want to put those new pieces of gear on, you're going to have to equip them. So they're already in your backpack, and to bring up your bags, just hit B on your keyboard, and that will bring up all your bags, and new items will glow, how this one is right here, just to let you know it's new in your bag. So once we have that, that's our new chest piece. We right click on it, that will equip it for us, and then you can just hit escape to get out of the bags, or you can just click on the first one, which is backpack, and that will also minimize all of them. Now we're ready to go on to the next quest, which is kill your 100. I see only one way out of this trap, Nausicaa, and it's right through the middle of that arena. This might be the end of us. So our objective is to survive Kargath's arena. And Kargath is another leader of the Iron Horde.
We cannot hide here forever. Follow me and stay close.
A combat arena. This may be a trap, but at least we'll die with honor.
This slaver and torturer knows nothing of honor.
So you can see Kargath up there, watching down.
You have entered my arena, strangers. You will either leave it as victors or as corpses. Now, kill your 100.
Alright, at this point we just have to kill 100. So you can go about killing your 100 however you so please. For me, it's going to be kind of annoying because most of my stuff is single target, so that's going to be fun. So, as a warrior, I can at least just go through and hopefully victory rush everything to death. Except when things evade me like that. And use your AoE or area of effect abilities that you might get. Mine is my whirlwind ability that does multiple damage to multiple things whenever you can. If other classes have different abilities that work differently. So at this point, hopefully you've read through some of your abilities that you've gotten, so you know which one's your AoE ability. I'm just going to jump. Oh, that thing would die as soon as I'm ready to kill it. So any chance you get, just make sure you're AoEing things. I know that other classes have much easier AoE and can just spam it and don't have to be so worried about their position to make sure they hit things. So that is one thing to keep in mind. Somebody is just bringing the lightning down on top of me. Thank God they're on my team. Thrall is just helping me out. Thrall's being a total bro right now. He knows that I am just a bitch-ass little gnome warrior. They cannot AoE things down fast.
I am pleased. I could watch you rats fight for hours.
Sorry, but we don't have that kind of time. Everyone, with me!
Once again, Khadgar proving that he is quite the badass.
99 kills, wizard.
Then I guess we owe you one.
See, apparently we only killed 99, but he killed 100 somewhere. It pops up that we killed 100, so
Quickly,
I
into
don't
the
know.
cave before they thaw!
So we just have to follow the group. They're just running into this cave. We're running away from Kargath at this point. And you can see Kargath chasing us. But Khadgar, the badass mage, just does his thing. So at this point we are stuck in a cave. And we continue on from here. So we're going to turn this in.
Exarch Maladar, take Kiana with you and scout the cave.
So at this point we have to scout the cave. We get 2 more quests. We have the Shadow Moon Clan, which is the objectives are we just have to kill orcs that are in this cave, and we get a headpiece for it as a reward. And then we talk to Luca here. That's just Tiny Jernai. And Luca has Masters of Shadow. The bad orcs tried to catch me, but I snuck away. I'm good at hiding. All the bad orcs are bad, but I've remembered the names of the meanest ones, just in case anybody came to save me. Luca takes a deep breath. Ungra, Guran, and, and Kova. Will you protect me from them? And our objectives are obviously to kill all the meanest orcs that he found. So once we accept that, we have to go through into the cave, and we will start that next.